There's this idea that European missionaries evangelized the whole country, but the reality is that it was actually Māori who took the gospel message to their own people. By about 1836, New Zealand was one of the most successful mission fields in the world. And that really came about through the literacy revolution that was taking place from about 1826, when William Williams, the brother of Henry, who was a bit of a scholar and somehow seemed to pick up the Māori language as if it was second nature to him, began to pull together all the efforts that had been made by the Church Missionary Society and the Wesleyan Missionary Society in translating the gospel into Te Reo, or the Māori language, that things really began to take off. The Gospel of Luke was one of the first, and that went down the country with released slaves all the way down to the Kapiti coast, where an incredible story unfolded itself. But Piripi Taumata Akura, or Philip the Teacher, along the east coast, before any Pākehā missionaries had been anywhere near the place, was holding services with about 1,000 Māori on Sundays. And he changed the whole approach to warfare. He arrived back at the time of, there was about to be a major breakout of war between two rival tribes there, and he only agreed to be involved if they changed the conditions of war. And after that, he had huge mana with the people for bringing the gospel to them, and really 30 years of peace resulted from his involvement there. So really there was a revival that spread down the east coast, and when I say a revival, I mean this is like a cultural transformation where people's whole ideas about what is important, that all are equal under one God, that Jesus Christ died on the cross for the sins to be forgiven of these people so that they could start again without having to go through this whole process of utu, or reciprocity, that meant killing somebody for the death of another person or constantly being at war with each other. It caught on. It just became a very real concept. It meant that Māori could get on with the business of building their own economy and building their own tribal strengths. And as this happened in the North Island, 1839, Rawiri Tawio in the South Island, he also was the first to bring the gospel message to his own people in Waipunamu. So really in both parts of the country, it was Māori who took gospel to their own people, and really based on their wonderful ability to memorize, but also that the gospel was now written down in their own language for the first time. That was a great taonga to Māori. That was a great treasure.